in the next door dressing room was Paul McCartney. We're like, fuck this.
Hello, Latitude. Oh, come on, it's only day 2. Hello, Latitude. That's better. Thank you very much for coming along. This is the Independent Live. My name is Matt Everitt, and we've got a very special Q&A for you. Is everybody all right at the back? Is everybody all right at the back? Okay, we've got a very special Q&A for you with a musician, a bass player, a chef, a DJ, a scholar, an acrobat, and now an author. Please welcome to the stage, Norman Cook!
What a good-looking bunch you are.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So
How are you? Good.
We're here to talk about a new project. Not happy with dominating the music charts. You're now up for dominating the literary charts. What's on its way soon?
Well, it's hardly literary. It's a coffee table book. Basically, some point about a year ago, we realised that it was my 40th year in show business. My 40th year since quitting my day job and running off to join the circus. And we wanted to market with something, and just literally while we were thinking about it, a publishing house called Rocket 88 said, would you do a coffee table book? And they'd just done one on The Clash and on Devo, and they seemed like really nice people, and I just thought, why not? But it's not literary. Right. Because I can't write all those words. I can't. All the stories that everybody wanted to hear, I either can't remember for various reasons, or I can't tell because my daughter might read them. And so, I never really wanted to write a sort of wordy book, but it seemed like a good idea just to have a sort of pictorial, photographic memory of my 40 years, a sort of celebration, hopefully.
Yeah.
And so that's what it took 7 or 8 months of my life. Comes out in October, and this is like you said, this is a world premiere because it's the first thing I've ever done to flog it to you, basically.
And what's it called, Norm?
It's called It Ain't Over Till The Fatboy Sings.
You see,
there's got to be a good pun.
There's got to be a good pun. So we thought we'd run through some of the chosen images from it and kind of find out some of the stories. Look at that. Oh, look. Isn't he cute? The reason that's there, apart from the fact it's just embarrassing, is...
Hawaiian shirts from a very early age, I'd just like to say.
This is it. You're a man who loves a Hawaiian shirt. So, the first House Martins track single that you play on was Sheep. You talk really fondly about your first Top of the Pops in the book. Because that's a big deal for... All right, Grandad, what's Top of the Pops?
I'm looking around. I figure a lot of you are old enough to remember Top of the Pops. Old enough to remember that was part of your, Thursday nights. That was part of your thing. And so you have to understand that from when I was about 8 years old, I always wanted to be a pop star, or I always wanted to be a musician. And so I watched Top of the Pops religiously from then until I was 22. And when I was 20 or 22, I got to go on Top of the Pops. And you've no idea how exciting that was. This was like the mountaintop for me. And... when it's something that you've looked up to your whole life, and then suddenly you're there on it. And I think I said in the book, in the next door dressing room was Paul McCartney. We're like, fuck this. And then Paul McCartney's sort of talking to us because we're now musicians. He's like, we're one of, we're like on a par, we're peers.
Great.
Yeah, so, and he was, obviously, he's always very friendly to everyone, but I just suddenly thought, this is it, we've arrived. We're on Top of the Pops, we're chatting with Paul McCartney. Very big moment in my life, yes.
There's a lovely bit in the book where you talk about the House Martins. Bringing down the government was higher on our agenda than living the life of pop stars.
Yes.
And I'd kind of because I was a massive House Martin fan, and that was part of it, wasn't it? There was like a hugely,
Yeah, we were driven by politics. I mean, when I saw the Donny Osmond when I was 8, I wanted to be a pop star. Then when punk happened, which is about when I was 14 when I started actually playing. Punk rock, it's like you don't want to be a pop star anymore. You want to be, doing something and saying something. And a lot of our politics came from The Clash. A lot of our politics came from the miners' strike. Paul, obviously, who wrote all the lyrics, his lyrics were so angry, and we really wanted to bring down governments, abolish royal families, that kind of stuff. And it was what drove us, way more than wanting to, the trappings of stardom, which is why we always deliberately dress so badly. I don't know if you've ever looked. But the good thing about that was we got through the 80s with no major fashion disasters because we never really flirted with fashion. So we were like just Fred Perry's and cardigans, and we just but we were, Paul especially. Paul led from the front, he wrote the lyrics, but the Housemites were a really political band. We've sort of remembered for the nice tunes, but if you ever read our lyrics, there's, we wanted to hurt people and upset people, and we did. We've upset a few people.
Yeah. Well, this
Daily Mail, The Sun,
the glee on
all
his
the
face.
good ones.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? It's like if you can smuggle in that message and ethos under these beautiful songs and brilliant melodies, even a song like Sheep, which is not about sheep, is it?
It's about people behaving like sheep and just following blindly. Yes. No. It was. Yeah. They were such fun. I always say, being a musician, well, in this context, it's like sex. Your first sex isn't necessarily the best, but it's always really memorable. And the Housemites, for me, that was like I lost my virginity with those three other people, and we sort of got a bond. And me and Paul are still friends, and Stan, we're still friends to this day. And then Paul was gracious enough to invite me to join him on stage at Glastonbury last year to play Happy Hour one more time. So we went through a lot together, and it was our first time together. So I'll never forget those days.
Yeah. So for a long time, like the name Fatboy Slim, for a long time, you kind of avoided talking about it or giving the story behind it. But this is in the book. It's a sort of lovely.
Well, the most boring question that I always get asked in every interview is, where do you get the name Fatboy Slim? I've told it a few times. I've told a few alternate lies about it, but it keeps getting asked. So this, just to bury it once and for all, this is my list in my little notebook of my favourite blues singers. I really like pre-war blues, and they all had really stupid names like Bo Weevil Jackson and Pegleg Howell and Petey Wheatstraw. And if you were a fat blues singer, you would be called Slim. So there was Pine Top Slim, Memphis Slim, Iceberg Slim, Bumblebee Slim, Lightning Slim, Magic Ball Slim, Watermelon Slim, Fillmore Slim. And Fatboy Slim sounded like the oxymoronic blues singer who could never exist.
But it's good you weren't called Barbecue Bob. I mean, would you go and see headlining at the Latitude Festival, Barbecue Bob? Okay, now this one, I know this story because Norm's told me this story. I love this. So that is, Norm's obviously worked with some phenomenal people over the years. Macy Gray, Beasties, like a phenomenal list of musicians. But that's Bootsy Collins, like probably the greatest funk bass player of all time. And what else is on the left hand of that picture?
Well, basically, Bootsy is like you said, that he's the bass player of funk, and he's got this theory about the funk. It's all about the one. Everything's just on the one. And when you work in the studio with him, if he feels like the groove is happening, he just stamps on the one. And after 2 days of doing that in my studio, he put his foot through the floorboard. But the thing was that the carpet was still over the top. So I knew that there was a hole under there, but nobody else knew it. And basically, if we're on office chairs, if you put one wheel of the office chair over the trap, you went down the Bootsy hole. And and we would watch people, see them getting near it, and then they're just like go, whoa! And we go, you've gone down the Bootsy hole. So we kept the Bootsy hole, and then my brother-in-law ended up living there, and when he did alterations, he's like, we can't have this hole. So he took the carpet up, and that is said Bootsy hole. And when he put the new carpet in, he remembered it.
Oh, what a dude. Okay, just what's your first reaction seeing that picture of Brighton?
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's beautiful. That night was one of the sort of the proudest but most scary nights of my life. So proud that so many people came out, but with that amount of people came a lot of danger and fear, and so I was just absolutely running through two sets of emotions concurrently, and I still don't, to this day, don't know which one won.
Yeah, and it's one of those events that's it sort of entered British music cultural, everyone knows about it, and people, because it turned from just a gig into this, everybody that had any interest in what you were doing was like, we're going to Brighton today. Why? Well, Norm's playing. Will we get in? Don't know. We're just going to go. And everybody did.
Yeah, I mean, it was lovely. It celebrated my relationship with the city that I call home, but also the city that I'm very proud of. And it was a kind of... I mean, when I was looking, I'd got to see some of the kind of the rushes in the footage from the day when we were making the film. And I looked at it, and it's like, this is mental.
It was.
It's like I was there, and I remember it being mental, but I don't remember it being that mental. And by anybody's standards, you know, taking away the use of CGI, there was just so many people. And yeah, so it was a momentous moment in my career. I mean, it launched a whole career for me in Brazil and places like that where they saw the DVD and said, "Oh, come and do it here." And we did it on Bondi Beach and on Flamengo Beach in Rio. So yeah, so it was a very pivotal moment in my life.
Was it after that you started the relationship with Brighton Football Club? Was it like, we've done this for the city, and I love football, so can I get on board?
I don't know. The gentleman at the back wearing the skint shirt, can you tell me what year we went back to... came back and we were at the with Dean? You weren't born.
Wasn't born. Oh.
How old are you? 21, right. Well, it was more than 21 years ago.
But you have, like, every tour you do, every big show you do kind of like add extra visuals, extra tricks and stuff like that. It's always kind of good seeing the show evolve as well.
I love the way it does evolve because it's like a stock pot. It's not like you sort of finish a tour and go, all right, we have to write a new set. Because I'm DJing the whole year, I just gradually, things get retired and things get put in. So it's like an ever-boiling stock pot, and you take a ladle out and then you put some other stuff back in. So it's sort of, hopefully, over a year, it's sort of rinsed itself, apart from Praise You and Right Here, Right Now. Hopefully, by then it's kind of flushed out. So hopefully, if anyone who saw me last summer shouldn't hear too much of what you heard, what you'll be hearing tonight.
Yeah.
I hope. It's not an exact science. It's not exact science.
Did you enjoy doing the book? Because, I mean, it's not many people sit down and go, right, I'm now going to spend 9 months going through my life.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be 9 months when I signed up for it.
Right.
I'd just like to say that. No, it was really... It started really beautifully because I'm a natural-born hoarder and collector. So I've collected every single backstage pass I've ever had in my whole career. I've collected not every ticket stub, but... I just collected a lot of ephemera. So the first bit of it was just going through all these boxes of stuff. And it was just really beautiful and cathartic to go through your whole life. Because I've kind of lived it all at fairly breakneck speed. There's been quite a lot going on. And, you know, so I've never actually before took us a pause to, like, reflect. So I had a few afternoons just going through the boxes going, oh, God, yeah, that was cool. So that bit of it was fun. And then when we started putting it together, there was way too much. Like, it was like, it's going to be 320 pages or something. We had like 600 pages and too much stuff. So then it's whittling it down. There was a moment about two-thirds of the way through that I was losing the will to live. I think, I mean, I sometimes get it with records. You start with a great idea, and if it doesn't happen after a certain point, you just start, you're like, why was this ever interesting in the first place? You know, you're so bored of it. So sometimes you have to take a step back.
It's coming out in October, is that right?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. And what else? Playing around the world? What else is on the...
Just...
written on the Post-it notes on the fridge, what else is there to do?
Just gigs. During lockdown, I realised how much I love my job as a DJ and how much it's part of me and what I do. Because not doing it for a year really made me cherish it all the best. So I made myself a little promise that if I ever got it back, I would never take it for granted, and I would rinse everything out of it while I'm still young enough to. So that's my only real, so I'm just playing gigs and gigs and gigs. I do about between 105 and 110 shows a year.
That many?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's all that, and I love it. As everyone who's seen me, that smile on my face, that's not fake. I really am having the time of my life up there. And like I said, it's a privilege to share it with you.
Yeah.
And thank you to The Independent. And thanks, Matt, as well. Matt, first. Aside from the professional side, me and Matt are actually really, really good friends. And it's always a pleasure to chat with you.
So, We do I always interview Norm at Glastonbury, and I've been interviewing you so many times every year at Glastonbury. We now just do the same interview every year. Just do the same question.
It's good that we've got something new to talk about.
Exactly, it's great. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you to get ready for... You're quite busy later. You're doing a thing somewhere on the big stage over there?
Playing some records, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where. Over there somewhere.
Are we looking forward to it? Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. The Fatboy Slim, Norman Cook.
Thank you very much.